Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Beth Guy, she's a regular contributor here on The Price of Business, always bringing interesting stories, and she's an extraordinary leader in the whole SEO sphere. In fact, she was talking about SEO before that term or terminology ever even existed, and incredible to hear her evolution, in terms of knowledge on this, and very cutting edge. And so whenever I have SEO questions, you're the lady I go to. Good to see you.
Hello, how you doing today?
Doing very well, thanks. I'm glad to be here and glad you're here as well. Tell us about SEO411.com.
Well, the company, has been around a long time. We've been around since 97. I've got customers. I've got almost 10,000 people that we do business with on a regular basis. We do a lot of work for small business to try to get them and stabilize the landscape between them and big business. It's a great equalizer if it's used right. There's no other medium that you can compete with Walmart and do it effectively. And we're very happy to help our customers do that. Well,
that's fantastic. And then your guest is a mutual friend. Introduce her today.
This is CJ Johnson. She works with CJ Promotions. She's a fascinating person. What I didn't know when I walked in here is that you and her are old friends. So we're going to just have a party here today, I think.
That's exactly right. Cheryl and I are friends, and delighted to see her. And so really a great lady. I do want to mention right from the very beginning, CJSpromotions.com, CJSpromotions.com. Cheryl, great seeing you.
Good to see you, Kevin.
Yeah,
kind
of give us the story about Cheryl Johnson Promotions.
Well, it came about from another company that I had started back in 2007, which was CJ's on the Park, which was going to be a wine and jazz bar in Kingwood, Texas. And unfortunately, after about 2 years of trying to get permits and what have you from the city of Houston, which is those of you who have been trying to open businesses in Houston, it's not very easy. So I gave up the ghost, spent a couple $100,000 of my own funds and a couple of years of my life, and decided that I just was going to quit that. But in the meantime, I had made a lot of contacts with restaurateurs, with companies, with wine distributors, and I have been doing event planning, not only on a personal basis as a corporate wife, but also as a for different organizations. I've been on several charity organizations on the boards and what have you, from everything from Boys and Girls Club to Mothers Against Cancer and local shelter. And so what I've been doing is large fundraisers on a large scale, and it's just sort of evolved. I also worked for the Republican Party in Chicago, and my job was to do fundraising for them.
Wait a minute, there's a Republican Party in Chicago?
Believe it or not, yes.
Shocking! That should have been our headline story today. I know, Beth, you got a question?
Well, I wanted you to break out, you said event planning, and I think when we think event planning, I think a lot of people think of that more like weddings and personal type events, but I think it goes well into a business, and I'd like you to expand on that and how event planning and proper coordination can actually build your business, build your brand, and help you go into 2014 in the present climate.
Absolutely. I do everything from a small event for, say, a mom and pop store. We do grand openings. We do open houses for different companies. I just did an open house for an engineering firm, a grand opening for a jewelry store, and then we have the larger scale. Right now, I have a current client, the Texas Chiropractic College, who has hired me to do their annual fundraiser, which is always a black tie event, and that will be on April 5th in Pasadena. And so I do everything from guest management to getting all the printing done, the catering done, the decorating done, the sponsors, the donors. I mean, anything that has to do with an event. If it's a fundraiser, then, even the fundraising part of it. But yes, weddings can be included, small gatherings. I have recently been doing a lot of political campaigns. I've been managing a lot of political campaigns and just finished managing a city council campaign. So that is also within the spectrum of what I do in event planning.
Very good, very good. By the way, I want to encourage people to check out cjspromotions.com. That's cjspromotions.com. It's very interesting because, people kind of have a one-dimensional view of promotions. And so when you go to your website, you really do cover a lot of different areas. I think it's interesting, and I would encourage the listener to check that out. Beth?
I want to, A, thank you for being here, and B, is there
Thank
any
you.
one promotional tip you can give business as to, A, how they can utilize you, but what can they do to improve their businesses, and why would they even want to pursue or go down this kind of a road?
Well, I will tell you one thing that is huge for anybody to grow their business right now is the social media aspect. So you need someone that can help you with the Twitter, the Facebook, the Google, the every aspect of the social media is a big part of event planning these days. I promote most of the businesses that I work for and do events for on those, and it's huge.
Yeah, very huge. And it's phenomenal. People need to check it out one more time. CJSpromotions.com, CJSpromotions.com. And again, Cheryl Johnston, CJ, as some call her. I like calling you Cheryl. So you look more like a Cheryl to me than a CJ.
Well, thank you.
And then, of course, Beth Guy. She is a regular here on The Price of Business, and you can see why with the great content and information that she brings. When you look over there at SEO 411, you cannot help but be impressed with the kind of businesses you work with. And thanks for your insight.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks for
seeing
having
you.
me.
All right. When we come back, much, much more. Stay tuned to it right here on The Price of Business.